Oh, hey, how's it going, guys? Sorry, I had to go to my browser to be able to go live because I don't have like the permissions or something, and I don't. Is this gonna be better? I'm gonna light another lamp if I need to, but I'm just gonna wait a minute until a couple people get here. But I don't know if you guys can see this. Where is he? My buddy's here, my little raccoon. He's right up in the tree right there. It's okay, buddy. I just put some food out for him. It's a really skinny tree. You shouldn't be up that one. He's okay. I'm gonna sit down. I think I'm making him nervous. But yeah, I'll show you guys him when he comes down. Come on. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Oh, I think you just saw him for a second. I gotta light. Oh, come on. He's right above that bag there, if you can see him. I gotta light these things in a sec. Hold on. Oh, that's the wrong one. There he is. It's okay, buddy. I've known him since he was a baby. Last year, his whole family used to come around here. I don't know where his family is though, and that's like sad because I haven't seen his family this year. He's right there. Come on, buddy. I'll put your food out. But yeah, so he's coming to join us. But yeah, no, I've last year he used to have this whole pack with him, and he was like tiny back then. But I've been feeding him all this time. He's pretty chill. He's very docile. He gets nervous if I make any like sudden movements. He still like runs and stuff. But if I'm just sitting there, he'll come right up to me and eat. Yeah, let's get these going. Get some better lighting here. He's okay. He's okay, buddy. Come on, right here. Come on, right here. All right. But hi, thanks for joining. Kristen, nice to meet you. Yeah, I kind of worry. I mean, I just have a soft spot for the animals around here, so I'm always feeding them. But I was just talking today with somebody, and I feel bad because I don't know what I'm going to do when I leave, you know? Like, I know I'm going to be here for the rest of the summer no matter what, because at this point, I'm choosing to stay out here while I save up some more money. But I feel bad, like, when I get a place where I've been feeding, like, so many of these animals since they were babies. Like, I feel bad. I'm gonna have to come out here once a week and, like, leave a bag of nuts or something, but yeah, I love dogs. I've always wanted a bulldog ever since I was a little kid. That's, like, my dream pet is a English bulldog. I'd take a French too, but anyways, I don't know if Zach's in here yet or oh, hi, Jamie. You guys both have, like, white, um there he is. Come here. Come on, it's okay, buddy. I'm sitting down. Sorry, the place is a little mess. I've been doing like a lot of work around here. I planted a bunch of corn. Just been trying to stay busy because I'm out of work still because of COVID. I'm a line cook, so I'm still out of work. But yeah, so I've just been working on little projects around here. I've been laying out like these mats, oh, these mats right here, and like the stuff that people put in their flower beds to prevent weeds. I've just been putting those down around like my common walking areas just so I'm not walking on like dirt and stuff. Oh, white clouds are good. Um, yeah, my mom does that. She got a family of raccoons lived under her trailer. She lives in a mobile home, and she'd feed all the stray cats, and she ended up with a family of raccoons underneath her house. But yeah, so I just wanted to do a little stream. Thank everybody for 100 subs. I know that my content's been kind of few and far between. I procrastinate a lot, that's like really the bottom line. I have to send a lot of stuff over to my editor, Zach, but he's been super cool. Hold on. Want to say hi? You trying to say hi, Bandit? He's just chilling around back there. Your food's over here, buddy. You eating that stuff? Okay. Yeah, so hold on. Yeah, it's tough. Because cats, they reproduce so quickly. In my mom's neighborhood, it's like there's always a new batch of kittens running around, and everyone's trying to get homes for them. It's I had worked for this lady at it was like a dog thing, and she says if you can, the best thing you can do for strays is take them and get them fixed, because there's just like the kittens that get brought in, they have it really tough and they get gotten by like coyotes and stuff. So best thing you can do is just lower the numbers so they don't have to like struggle. But let's see. So yeah, I haven't really been doing much. I've been pretty lazy, to be honest. I've been staying up late and sleeping most of the day. But yeah, just trying to work on little projects around here to keep busy and hanging out with the animals. There's a lot of squirrels and chipmunks that come out during the day and fight. I'll probably take some videos of them. I really want to start making some more content about just my day-to-day life, I guess. I have a couple cooking videos that I've made. Um, a close friend of mine has made some slime reviews that she wants to put up on the channel. She doesn't want to make her own channel. I don't know. She's like nervous. I get it, because like I'm still getting over, I don't know, what would you call it? The insecurity, I guess, of posting yourself online or putting yourself out there, but we're just trying to follow a hobby and see where it goes, like half the channel is like showing that, the human spirit can endure a lot, and you can get over obstacles like homelessness or get yourself out of any hole that you're in if you work hard enough for it. But the other half is like, just following your dreams. If you want something, give it a shot, because you don't know what you can do until you try. Hey, buddy, go ahead. It's right over there. He's right here. He's right behind me. I don't know if you guys can see back there. The lighting's kind of bad. But yeah, so let's see. I did write a couple notes just to like keep me on track. But yeah, I realized I probably should do some more like story time videos, I guess. Oh, thank you, Jamie. Yeah, that around this area, I don't even think there's many. I know of animal hospitals, but I don't know of many shelters around here. There's a lot of stores, like pet stores, and a couple of them will have like adoption things, but it's always like very limited numbers. I always feel bad about that. Um, because I've known a few people personally who get dogs and then get bored of them or move and then give them up, and then next thing you know they have a new dog. And it's like, well, why'd you give up the last one? Um, so let's see. Oh yeah, but that's what I was saying. So um, I have to give like a lot of. Oh, there he is. Getting some stuff, Bandit, huh? You getting some goods? I gotta put some water out for him. But but yeah, because I really wish that I had started filming from when I first was homeless. Like I came out into these woods and I didn't have anything except with clothes on my back. Um, but I was out putting out job applications the next day. I bought a small tent. Um, this is now my third tent, because the first one was too small. The second one was destroyed over the winter and through use. But yeah, Um, it's been a gradual process up and out of here, but let's see. I'm sorry, I'm a little distracted by him. I always like when he comes around. What's up, buddy? It's over here. The stuff's over there. It's okay. The food's right over there, bud. Just trying to find it. but but yeah, so I'll probably do some more of those, or I want to at least try to go like live, maybe once a week. I'm pretty sure I can commit to that, and I'll go live once a week to at least have some more consistency with the stuff that I'm putting out, and I don't know, maybe just give some information on what it's been like, and essentially like what life was before being homeless. You know, like before this, I mean, at one point in my life, like I'd started my own business and, I was making really, really good money. And it definitely went to my head, like I was making more money than I knew what to do with. And I was an asshole because of it. Like I thought because I had turned my life around so quick and accomplished so much in a short period of time that I was like somehow better than. And this whole process has like really humbled me. So looking at the silver lining in the situation, it's gotten my head back to the right size and made me appreciate things and realize, money doesn't buy happiness and things can come and go. He found it. Let's see, where is he? You find your food, huh? Oh, the flying squirrels are here too. I hear them squeaking above me. They're gonna come down, but it's okay, bud. But yeah, so I'll get more into that in other streams. Sorry for the motion here, but let's see. Oh yeah, I made a TikTok, and it's I don't know. You just grabbed it with his two hands. Let's see, where is he? Yes. But I made a TikTok, so I want to try and do like maybe even daily updates there, and just kind of check in. And I don't know, I want to do more like joking content too, just things to have fun with. I'm gonna do like a tour of uh my home, my tent and area and everything like that. I'll probably make it like a parody, like MTV Cribs or something like that. Just have fun with it. But but yeah, like I know that well, I know I just need to figure things out and make a make a plan and stick to it as far as my content goes. So I'm gonna start doing that. Hmm, what does this say? I can't even read my own handwriting. Yeah, no, I totally understand. It's tough. I mean, I'd gone down to one of the protests here locally, and I just handed out water. I didn't really know what else to do. Like a person in my position. Um, like I've said in one of my previous videos, like we're kind of an overlooked community as is. And a lot of people think that a lot of people have their ideas of what homelessness is. Like I hear all the time, like when winter hit. That's why I started my channel, is because when winter was starting to hit, that's when you hear everyone chime in their opinions on homelessness, and it's always, oh, they're all on drugs, or oh, they chose this, or oh, this is what they want, or essentially just discard the person because they don't have a house. And it was it was like hurtful to me because it's like I don't do drugs, I do work a job, I don't panhandle. Like I don't even tell people I'm homeless because well, like for example, like I've told some friends I'm homeless, and you just start hearing from them less and less. And it's like I never asked them for anything, but it was almost like I don't know, they felt bad. It was a problem they didn't want to look at. So they just stopped talking to me, or I'd stop hearing from them. Uh, I've had like another friend who's been really supportive, but so it's not 100% like that. But oh, hold on one second. All right. But yeah, so that's why I started this channel, just to kind of give people. Sorry, I'm getting a message. Andrina is going to come in, but yeah, just to kind of show people that it's not. There isn't just a blanket statement that you can lay across what it's like to be homeless, and it's not something that I've chosen, But I mean, I guess you could say at this point it's a choice, because I could go get a place. I've saved up enough, but um, at this point, I like it. I like the animals out here. It's not bad. So I just figure I'll just keep saving up more, so I have a safety net, and yeah, I'll just enjoy my last summer out here. So, but let's see, what thoughts? But yeah, like oh, for example, so on that same topic, I've seen, I see a lot of creators talk about homelessness. Hi, Adrina. I don't want to pronounce your name wrong. I know everyone else does. Is that it? But yeah, like there was this debate recently between a guy named Bow Blacks and another guy named, I think it was just Destiny. Oh, here. What did you miss? Bandit's right here with us. He's just chilling, eating. I know you love the raccoons. Yeah, he's just been chilling with us. He's hanging out. But yeah, I was just going over with this debate. It was over this girl who had pretty much saying, she streamed on Twitch, and she was pretty much saying that if you watch her, you're obligated to sub, which on Twitch, a sub costs money. So basically saying, like, if you're there watching our channel and you're not paying her, then you're a freeloader and all this stuff. And so these two guys were debating about it, and the whole topic of, oh, there goes one of the flying squirrels. The whole topic of homelessness came up. And, the comments that the guy Destiny made were essentially that homeless people don't have phones, and nobody's going to the library to watch Twitch, and things like that. And the original person, Invader V, had said, if you don't have $5 to sub, then you're irresponsible with your money, and stuff like that. But yeah, it was a whole big thing, and basically just saying, making a bunch of blanket statements about the homeless. And I mean, Bow Black seemed to get it a little bit more. He was a little bit more sympathetic to the cause, and understand, like, you can go to Metro PCS and get a smartphone for $40 and pay $40 a month for a plan. And at that point, if you are watching free content, then yeah, you're trying to be smart with your money. Like $5 can get you a Hulu subscription for a month, or Netflix, or whatever. Compared to just subbing to two Twitch streamers. And these two people, I can get it. If you feel like entitled to, if you feel like that your content is worth that much in your eyes, that you've put that kind of work into it, then put it behind a paywall. Don't stream on a free platform and then expect people to give you money. Like, I do this because I kind of want to show I have like a message, I guess, so it's just a hobby of mine that I've wanted to do for a while, and I just never had a topic to do it on. And now I just feel like, I don't know, this means something that's that could do something positive. I've always wanted to make some sort of positive impact on the world, so I guess this is my attempt at that. But yeah, no, Bob Black's is cool. Like, he did make a lot of points in defense of people who are homeless. But the other guy, Destiny, he just seemed completely ignorant. Like, why? Just because you're homeless. Like, I've done many creative things to keep my phone charged. I charged at work. I have battery packs. Hold on, this is like, I hate these things. I think they're June bugs or something. They're like golf ball sized beetles, and they just fly right into the torches. You still eating? He's such a piggy. What are you doing, bud? Huh? You still eating? Yeah, I'm gonna give him some water. Let's see. It's okay, bud. But yeah, so I'd asked him if he wanted me to kind of come on and give him perspective But I think he was just trying to move on from the whole thing. There you go. Yeah, just some water. Sorry about that. Yeah, so I'll put a link in the description. I don't know if you guys, it was like a big drama. She did get a lot of backlash on it because she was being like very arrogant. She has since apologized, because she made these comments at a time where a lot of people are out of work. And it was very insensitive. So she has apologized, but you know, but it was this guy, Destiny. I believe that's his name. Um, and I used to watch him back in the day too. But like that's the thing, like the ways I support a creator, like I'll watch their ads, like I'll put their channel on when I'm going to sleep just so they can rack up runtime, things like that. And there's ways to support a creator without just handing them money. And these two people were essentially dismissing that, saying that unless you're physically handing over money, then you're not being supportive. And that because they're making content, even if it's as simple as just turning on the camera and sitting there and talking, that they're entitled to be paid for that work. And these same people had said things like, if you don't have money to give me, then get a job or get a real job. Or if you're homeless, get a job, and if you're watching Twitch, then sub, pay for it, like things like that. And it's kind of lacking a lot of self-awareness, because if that's the case, then I could just say, well, to them, get a job, like if you're not happy with the income you're making, then get a job, right? But yeah, so I mean, I try to be unbiased and look at both sides of the argument, and I can understand wanting to be paid for your work, but if that's how you feel, don't lash out on people. Put your content behind a paywall, then like get a Patreon or an OnlyFans, or whatever the thing is nowadays, and do that, and then you'll get paid for your content. But I don't know. I don't know why the whole homeless topic was dragged into it. Well, I think it was actually Bablex who brought it up in defense, saying like, listen, homeless people probably watch free content, which is very true. Like that's majority of what I do is watch YouTube or Twitch. And like I know I'll never watch that creator Destiny again. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna say like I watched him a lot. It was back in the day when I was watching a lot of political videos, but now that I've heard his viewpoint, that if you're sitting on his stream and you're not giving him money, then he considers you a freeloader. And so like I don't know, that's just not somebody that I'd want to support, you know. Yeah, that's what I do. I mean, I like for example, I like a creator, Omegon. I like accents. I like British, Australian, New Zealand. I like all those accents. And I'll put on like soft sounding people who speak softly. Um, there's Toad McKinley. I really like his videos, long documentary style videos. Who else? Just Jargon. I watch. Um, but yeah, I'll put those on to go to bed, and my phone will just sit there. It'll turn off eventually, but I'll just have it on autoplay. I just find it's like my sort of I don't know, like people like put on like calming sounds sometimes, but yeah, that's what I do. I'll just put that on and let them play out. Now, obviously, I'm not awake to skip the ads, so but that's like how I'll support a creator. And I just thought it was kind of crazy. The original person, Invader V, that she had said, if you don't have $5 to sub, then you're not being responsible with your money. But in reality, I mean, if you're just talking about consumerism, like if you're just talking about consuming a product and spending money for it, and this product is entertainment, look at how much more entertainment you can get for $10 a month. Like if I had to sub or give money or put money into a Patreon of every creator I watched, I'd be broke. Or I could spend $10 a month and get a streaming service like Hulu or Netflix, So I don't know. It just seemed like a wrong take that was said in the moment without much thought. But since then, like I've, like I said, I mentioned how I try to like support creators, but yeah, I, yeah, well, um, I think we all do, right? Because everyone hears my accent and they always point it out. Like I remember when I was doing my business, a lot of it was online, and everybody would kind of make fun of my accent or the way that I talk because it's different from the rest of the country. But um, but yeah, I mean, she has apologized, so I give her credit for that. I just thought that the guy that who defended her a lot was just made worse takes because you know a lot of our country, even if they're not homeless, a lot of people have money problems, and if you're sitting there watching free content, it's for a reason. It's something you can enjoy, but it doesn't necessarily mean you just have the disposable income. And if you do, it's up to you whether or not you want to save that money or give it away. Oh, I also forgot to mention I quit smoking. That was like it was a vice that my last vice really. Well, that's a lie because now I'm vaping, but so I've just replaced it in a way, but I'm in the process. I'm getting there. Um, so yeah, I've been 2 weeks without a cigarette. This is my device thing that I got. So I don't know. I'm happy about it. It was something that I wanted to do. I realized I waste a lot of the money on cigarettes, while being homeless, and it's like, yeah, I don't know. It just felt foolish. Like I don't know. I I kind of I made a joke with my editor when I bought this phone, the phone that I'm using. I bought this phone specifically for the channel. It is a lot nicer of the phone than I had before. I had like an LG Stylo on Metro PCS before, and it was like Black Friday. I knew I was going to start a channel because of the winter and everything that was going on at the time. And I just went out and got a nice phone. I figured, treat myself or whatever. But I made a joke how like now I'm that meme like has $1,000 shoes but no car or something like that. And here I am in the woods in a tent, and I have like it's not much, it's a few nice things, but yeah, like $1,000 electronics, but no house. But yeah, so hold on. Adrena, I'll show you him again. Adrena loves see it. I talked to a lot of you guys outside of YouTube. Um, I don't know. I like the support, and I get treated like a person, by people online who follow me and stuff like that. So it's a good feeling. I made a lot of friends with a lot of my subs, and I really do appreciate the support because it goes, the support I get, it goes beyond just watching my content. Like I talk to a lot of my subs each and every day, and no, it's great. It's good to just feel like you're noticed, because a lot of the time I'm either trying to blend in and not be seen as homeless, or if I am, like I've had issues at Walmart where because that's where I'm closest, and I'm pretty sure that they know. And I've been checked. I've been accused of stealing when I don't, just because of the fact they know I'm homeless. Um, I've been pulled into LP before, had all my stuff searched, and I don't steal. That's like another thing I don't do. But yeah, I mean, it'll be tough at times, like, but yeah, it's just good to be viewed like a just a regular person, because that's all I want, and that's the thing too. Like I tell people, don't feel bad for me, don't pity me. That's not what I want either. Like I make the best of the situation I'm in, and I'm fed. I cook, obviously. I've worked in restaurants this whole time, so there hasn't been a day I was hungry because I could always get food at work. But yeah, I've been creative about staying warm. Like I've made it through pretty harsh winter. Oh, I have a video on that too. I was I was trying to get an emergency blanket because there's this thing that I would do. I'll give you a quick rundown, but there's this thing that I would do in the winter when it would be really cold. I'd get a bunch of those like hand warmers and one of those emergency blankets, the Mylar ones that are like it looks like tinfoil or whatever, and I would just tape a bunch of hand warmers to the emergency blanket, and I'd put it in with my other blankets. So I do have a mattress, by the way. But yeah, so and that would be like a heated blanket. Um, the other thing that's like key is these lanterns. I don't know if you guys are these little propane lanterns are like key for heat and light. I'm sorry, bud. It's okay. See, I moved a thing. He's moving. He's backing up. I gave him a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I probably shouldn't have, but I gave him one of those yesterday. And he like held it like a person. It was so cute. But um, yeah, I did. You know, I did. I sent a message to. Well, I called and I left a message with the corporate. I don't know, the corporate ethics team or something with Walmart, and I haven't been bothered since. But it was like horrible because I used to go and plug my stuff in there, and one day I had my switch plugged in, and I had my back turned. Like I didn't leave it unattended. I had my back turned and my switch was plugged in behind me. One of the managers snuck up behind me, didn't say anything to me, took my switch and brought it in. Like I was in like the foyer, you know, the entryway where like they have like the soda machines and the crane games, whatever. And so I went in. I'm like, can like you guys check the camera? Like I think my switch was just stolen, like right from behind my back. Like that's legitimately what I thought. I thought someone came and stole my stuff. And they're like, oh no, we have it. I'm like, excuse me. And then like they were threatening with getting me like no trespass and all this stuff. And it was this event that I was like really upset about. And that's when I called and made a complaint, you know, like because I get it, you know, I try to be understanding, like, okay, they think I'm homeless. They think all homeless people steal. Like I get it, you know, like I understand people's perception on homelessness and desperation, you know, being linked and that I'm out there that I was going to do that. So I tried to understand where they were coming from at that time. But during this, when they just snuck up and took my stuff, I was really upset because it was like, dude, you could have just said something to me. I was right there. You could have just, hey, excuse me, sir, you know, could you not plug your stuff in here or whatever their gripe was? But no, they had to like take my stuff and like put me in a panic because that's even at that time that was the only nice thing I had. You know, it was the only thing worth anything to me. It's you know money wise, and it was like a whole paycheck of mine that I had to spend to get it. So it was very upsetting. But yeah, I had made a complaint, and since that, I haven't had any problems. But but yeah, it was nuts. You know, I was like hurt, like genuinely hurt, because it was demeaning. You know, holy shit, it was demeaning because you know, as I said, like it's embarrassing, it's shameful. Like nobody wants to go out and say, "Hey, I'm homeless." You know, especially when I did lead a normal life. You know, and to lose it all. My business was screwed up because of like government regulations and stuff like that, which is which kind of came out of the blue and completely screwed everything up for me and took everything that I had built away. I mean, lesson learned. I mean, I put all my eggs in one basket, which in hindsight wasn't the smartest thing, but yeah. So you know, and to now, like now I live in the woods, you know, and it's embarrassing, it's shameful, you know, especially looking back on how I once acted when I did have money, and that's why I say, you know, it's almost it's almost like a good thing this all happened. Like it's humbled me a lot, but but yeah, to go from having like a relatively normal life to now living in the woods and not wanting anyone to know about it. And you go to a store to just plug some stuff in, and next thing you know, like you have these five managers yelling in your face and threatening the police and threatening to have you no trespassed. And that's like the closest store. I buy everything from there, you know, like all my food, all my supplies, everything I get at Walmart. It's right there, you know. So it was It was bad, and the fact that, like, I tried walking away immediately, like, just pissed him off, and this guy, Ed or whatever, chased me down to yell at me some more. Like, it was a lot. It was a lot. But yeah, so, I mean, I face stuff like that, but, um, and I've also met a lot of other homeless people. I was gonna be doing a series where I kinda interviewed them, had them tell, like, their story. There's a couple local people that are also homeless that I was gonna have speak. I was also going to go into the city, and because that's a whole different city life is a whole different brand of homelessness, like, I'm lucky to be out in the woods, and, like, I have a little privacy, like, I'm secluded, I can be alone, but I went up to the city just to 'cause I was gonna do this whole interview thing, and I had brought a bunch of sandwiches, I was handing those out and stuff. But, the whole COVID-19 thing kinda slowed that idea, well, kinda halted that idea, but one day I'll probably get back to that. But yeah, it's tough. I mean, I have a heart. Like, I considering myself homeless, compared to the people who, like, are sleeping right on the street, like, in the rain, in a sleeping bag, right on the sidewalk of the city, and, people just they're treated like pests. They're treated like absolute like, they're just vermin, something that needs to be cleaned up, and, it's heartbreaking, and how, when I go and talk to them or I look at how their lives are, I know a lot of the shelters have been closed because of COVID, and now they're forced on the street, and, yeah, I'm just grateful for the position I'm in, and that's why it's like at times, like, I even feel bad claiming myself as homeless because it's like I have a shelter, like, I have a tent, um, you know, people go out camping, with less than what I currently have, at this point, I'd say it's like glamping, what thing right here? Oh, yeah, bandit's gone. But yeah, see, this this little tent stand up. There's I don't know if I can show you guys, but there is I have like this pump thing. It's a shower head with a pump. I gotta fill these. Oh, it's not even. Oh, it's on the floor. Okay. But yeah, so this is like my shower, you know. So I even have that. Like, I have these. I have to do a video on it, but I had set up these. It's like a rain collection thing where I collect rain for like washing dishes and random stuff like that. That's out. But yeah, I got to do a video on it. But I mean, oh, okay. Oh, here they come. Here come the flying squirrel. But yeah. So hold on. Yeah. So I mean, I have it as far as homeless standards go, and you know, I feel like, and even still, like, I feel horrible for the people who have it worse, and I remember there was a conversation I had with somebody online in passing. What was it? Oh my god, I can't remember. I just completely blanked out on that. Yeah, I'm sorry. It might come to me later, but um, yeah. Do any of you guys have any questions? That's what I've been meaning. If there's anything that you guys are curious about me, feel free to ask. Um, I definitely want to open up more about like myself, my past, what got me here, where I plan to go. Um, yeah, I have like a lot of ideas for content. So I have to organize my thoughts. Yeah. Um, yeah, it's tough. I mean, I go to the city to play Pokemon. I play Pokemon Go. It's I've been playing it since it came out, and now that I'm just outside all the time, yeah, I just keep playing. But I'll go into the city to play pogo. But yeah, it's just a whole different brand. It's just a whole different brand of homelessness up there. And I'm lucky for what I have. I mean, I work for it, but it could be worse, is the way I always try to look at things. Oh, okay, so I remember, all right. So I remember that I had said something to somebody. Um, it was in a different community, but basically like, somebody was just talking about how it was too cold to like walk their pets or something like that, and they were saying it's 40 degrees. I can't. Hey, how's it going, Z? That must be Quentin, right? Looks like a picture. Is it? But but yeah, I was having this conversation with somebody, or I made a post or something, just pretty much explaining that like their animals shouldn't have to suffer just for a minor inconvenience. And these people were always complaining just about like how hard their life was and how difficult things were. And they make pretty good money on YouTube, and they don't have jobs, and they don't really do anything, and they can't even be bothered to like walk their animals. And so I'd like made a comment and kind of compared it to my situation. And I get everyone's struggles of their own, and that what's not difficult for one person could be difficult for another. But it was the whole thing I was trying to do was essentially just kind of give perspective on where other people's lives could be, and realize to be grateful for what you have. And a lot of people took it the wrong way, but I guess I was just trying to express like the way I look at things, and that I'm grateful for what I do have. Although I am homeless, I'm grateful that I have a job. Like it's waiting for me when the virus is over. But I have the ability to work. I can work. I have a roof over my head, so to say. I have the ability to buy things. Like thank God, like I'm not on drugs. Oh God, these thank God I'm healthy. Like and it's so that was just like the whole point I was trying to get was to like show this guy that he has a lot to be grateful for, because like as I was saying, I have like a lot of empathy for the people who are living like directly on the street. Like, oh, it's Zach. I should have known that by the Z. Hi, how's it going? All right. Yeah, so my editor's here, Zach. Awesome guy. I think I mentioned him earlier. But yeah, he edits my videos for me. So without him, none of this would be possible. If you guys want to show him support, I'd appreciate it, because he's been extremely supportive of me. Um, but yeah, so then Zach knows the community that I'm talking about. But yeah, so I just was trying to give this guy perspective on um other people's lives, right? And at that time, I was living outside in -3-degree weather. I did a live stream. I think it's still on this channel. I did a live stream where I went and got coffee, and by the time I got back home with that coffee, it was already ice cold, and the stuff that had spilled out because I tripped like 50 times, had frozen all to the side of the cup and everything. But somebody had like took it in a way that I was like demanding other people to be grateful because um, of my situation or whatever. And I see that a lot when I just try to express my thoughts, that like to try and look on the bright side of all things. Like appreciate the things that you do have and be grateful for the things that you do have, and not always focus on the negatives, I guess. But that's a mindset I try to keep, and it keeps me in a good spot, because essentially, like if I was constantly thinking about the things that I didn't have, or if I was always depressed about the situation, it wouldn't get me anywhere. Like, I would just be wallowing in self-pity all the time, and I'd get nothing done ever. At least this way, um, like, I'm comfortable, I'm happy, like, I'm not engaging in, like, self-destructive thoughts and actions where because, I appreciate what I have, and, I look to little things for joy, like the animals, like, I love those little guys, they keep me happy, so, yeah, um, I remember when I was in counseling as a kid, um, I was young, I was, like, 15. I had a counselor who was, like, a retired cop, a Vietnam vet, and, I'd go in and I'd talk about my problems, and he was empathetic, and he would share some of his stories with me, and, it gave me that perspective that my problems and my struggles, seem so small compared to, what life could be, and ever since then, I've kinda held on to that, and it's I know it's not like a pissing match or anything like that, but and like I said, I know that people's problems are different to everybody, like, what could not affect one person could be devastating to another, but if you I just ever since then, I've always tried to keep that mindset of, like, keep in mind how things could be or how worse it could be, and just appreciate how good things are. Like, he used to tell me stories about, like, things that would happen in Vietnam and, like, things he'd seen, and, like, even all these years later, him still having these images in his head about I don't wanna get into detail about it, but I'm sure you guys get the gist. But yeah, it just kinda I don't know. It helped me at the time, so it's kinda a message I try to convey to people. Um, alright, let me see, I'm sorry, I gotta check the chat. I'm sorry, Kristen, about pneumonia, that's horrible. I had a pretty bad cold over the winter, but it wasn't anything it was just a cold, like, it wasn't anything crazy. They still went to work and stuff, they still wanted me to come to work. Um, it was It was in, like, November or December. I remember having to, like, take all this cough medicine to go to work, then I'd be all loopy because I was definitely probably taking too much, but I'd go to work all messed up because of the fever and being sick and then the medicine. It was a mess, but yeah. But yeah, no, I mean, I've I've been working on making a hot water heater circulation thing for my shower. So, I mean, I try to be creative and resourceful. When you have as much free time on your hands and not as much to do, um, you have time to just sit and be creative about stuff. Like, I've been working on since it's been summer, a lot of stuff has been growing back in, so I am pretty covered, but I'm close to like a road, I guess, a dirt road or something. But I've been planting all these bamboos. Oh, I gotta drill holes in those or cut holes in them or whatever. But that's another project that I'm working on is I want to plant a row of bamboo, and then as it grows up, I want to kind of weave it in like a hatch pattern or an X pattern, whatever it's called. So it's like a living bamboo fence. So that's something I'm working on. I have like corn plants and sunflowers that are also planted in this row that I'll kind of weave in. I have a little bonsai tree that I planted. I have microgreens and herb garden. So yeah, I do like little stuff like that to keep busy and keep my mind occupied, and it's fun. Let's see, but yeah, like I'll make videos about that because the the video that I had made over the winter that I need to make this little clip for and do like the beginning, the intro and exit to it and send it to Zach. But I think that there's some good ideas like in that about I mean, I know you guys live in houses and stuff, but like, it's informative because if I don't know, let's say like in a survival sort of situation, it's good information to know, or just people who are curious. Like, I remember during the winter, people used to always worry and ask, like, how do you stay warm? Like, are you okay? But like, I used to boil water and put it in glass bottles and put those in my mattress, um, to stay warm. Uh, I have like tarps. I'd like insulate my tent with wool blankets and have like the heaters. But but yeah, I'm always trying to think of ways that I can make little informational videos like that about how I've gotten by. My plans? Do you mean my plants? I know my neighbors are the best though. I love the animals around here. The swans, those baby swans were adorable. The ravens have been the blue jays, they make a cool song, but the ravens, man, they like croak. It's like it's just a loud noise. I can't even I don't even want to try and imitate it. It's just like an ear scraping noise. Where is that? Yeah, I don't know if the mic's picking it up, but if you guys hear like this little high pitched squeaking noise, that is the flying squirrels. Excuse me. Oh my god, sorry. I'll try to get a video of one. One will be coming down. I just dumped a bunch of seed out. But all right. Oh, my plants. Yeah, the Ravens, they're big. They were fighting. I'm pretty sure they were fighting today. There was five of them. And they were hanging out close by. It just sounded like one periodically making that noise. But then as soon as I started leaving, they all started going off and I see them. They're big. They're like the size of chickens. They're big birds. But all right. Oh, I've got this. I I kind of like went and spent money that I shouldn't have been spending, I guess, last week. And one of the things I bought was this tree thing. I mean, like, does it does it really look like I need more trees out here? But um, I don't know. It'll be a little journey marker. This is like my herb garden. Um, I don't know how the lighting is, but I have like basil, parsley, cilantro, cilantro. Smells good. Um, like my bamboos are doing really well. I have to cut them and clone them because I don't have as much as I want. I've been trying to get one of my subs has a bunch of bamboo. I've been trying to get her to send me like a bunch of cuttings or something so I can root them and clone them. But these are like my microgreens. Hold on. Let me see if I can flip the camera. All right. I'm not sure. But yeah, you can see these. I have a couple pots of these. Just microgreens is what it's called. I'm not sure. I got a little cactus. It's kind of dark over here, but I have like some bonsai trees planted. And then yeah, hold on. Yeah, it was cool. It was like some kit on Amazon. It was like 20 bucks. And it came with like 6 different types of bonsai trees. Oh, I bought this thing too. There goes my hat. Hold on. Because like the one thing I hate out here is the mosquitoes. Like I was so excited when summer came around because I didn't have to stay like huddled in my tent anymore. But then the mosquitoes all hatched. This is a citronella plant, but I got that. Yeah, they're just ruthless out here. All the tiki torches have like citronella fuel in it. But oh, here's one of my lounging areas. But yeah, I don't know if you guys can see it very well, but there's a whole like line dug out here where I planted a bunch of onions, shallots, and then let me I need to get like some chicken wire or something because I'm afraid the deers or even like some of the boys. That's what I call all the little mammals, the boys. Um, the the squirrels and the chipmunks because there's just so many of them. But yeah, so this is a bamboo plant that I started. I need to kind of spread it out, but yeah, this is the row. I know it's like hard to tell because it's all just of corn and sunflowers, and it goes all the way around this back perimeter. So yeah, just waiting for those to pop up. It rained, so that was good. What? Dude, those beetles, they like scare the shit out of me. Oh, hold on, I gotta fix these guys. Sorry, intermission. Come on, stand up. I think one of them hit this. Yeah, so I gotta put like some chicken wire over this row for now, just so they can get bigger. Oh, like I got you guys all screwed up. Am I upside down, upside right? Hold on. Oh, there was a lag. Is that the Appalachian Trail you're on? I'm close to the Appalachian. Well, not close, but the Appalachian Trail ends in my state, I think, or it goes through it. Mold on leaves. There was something that I read about that. How to get rid of it. I think it was like cornstarch or baking powder or something that's like it was like some food item that was like okay to use that would like dry it. I don't know. I'll have to look it up. I'll send it to you after. There's an old sound. Yeah. Um it was it's like a not quite a cawing. Oh, there it goes. There's one. That's yeah, I'll try to show you guys the flying squirrels. But yeah, it's just like a croaking, like a wow, wah, 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 like yeah, it's just like a really weird noise, but they are smart. I remember last year I was out here and there was one of them in a daze. I don't know what was wrong with him, but I'd seen him. He was on the path. He wouldn't move. He's standing there. He was looking at me, but he didn't respond to me being there. He didn't respond to me touching him. Um, I didn't know if he was sick or if he got hit or he was bit by an animal or I don't know what, but they're big and their beaks are huge. But yeah, I took him back to my tent. I put him in a box. I like put seed and water in it, but then the next day he was gone. So I don't know what happened with him. But yeah, they look like powerful birds. They have like a pretty serious beak. But yeah, I always liked ravens because I was like a huge Edgar Allan Poe fan when I was a kid, but it's just not fun to wake up to them. And as far as their intelligence, I've seen some stuff on birds being able to like be trained like better than dogs, being able to distinguish colors, shapes, numbers. Um, yeah, I've seen some pretty crazy stuff about birds. Odin's Raven, that Anchorman thing. But yeah, as far as the Appalachian Trail, I mean, I live in Massachusetts. Um, so, but I live on the eastern Mass. I live like on the coast practically. I could go walk to the beach. Um, and I'm in a state forest. So that's another thing too. So last summer, I used to get harassed all the time by they claimed they owned the property, but I had like really done my research about this place because I didn't want to be bothered. Um, and I didn't want police involvement. I just wanted to be left alone, you know. Um, I didn't want to go into a shelter. That's like another thing. Like, so like there is just a lot of things that I need to kind of put out there. I didn't want to go to a shelter because, um, and you know, I don't want to make generalized statements um, myself about homeless people as being one because I understand it. But you know, there is a lot of drugs in homeless shelters. There are people who use, um, and there is theft. You know, that comes with drugs. You know, theft and drugs kind of go hand in hand. But and I have some nice things. Plus, you know, I'm not good around a bunch of people. I wouldn't be good sleeping around a bunch of people. But homeless shelters just weren't right for me, like from the beginning. I knew, and I mean, even now, so they're closed. Most of them, the majority are. I know some are they're trying to do things to combat the whole. Oh shit, dude, these beetles, man, they're crazy. But I know they're trying to like. Did you just try to climb one of the torches, bud? Bandit's back. He just tried to climb one of the torches and he knocked it over. Don't step on it. He's scaring himself. Anyways, but yeah, so I mean, shelters weren't right for me from the get go. Um, and I mean, now in hindsight, it was kind of for the best, anyways, because I didn't have to rely on them and then be kicked out like so many did. Although I have heard a lot of people have gotten hotels and stuff like that. I think the state was giving people hotel rooms, but yeah, shelters weren't right for me, and that actually it brings me to another topic that I wanted to talk about. Let me see. Yeah, I mean it's a mixed bag. That's the thing, and and a lot of people don't understand that about homeless people. You know, they kind of just generalize them all together, but it's a mixed bag, just like any community of any people. Like you're gonna have people who have problems, and a good majority of people who are homeless have childhood trauma, have um, like chemical imbalances or mental illnesses. Um, so it's like I understand it. Like I even understand. I used to work in rehabs, so it's like I get it. I'd even gone to school for it, but I had started my business before finishing. But yeah, I went to school to be a clinician. Um, but yeah, no, I get it. It's just yeah, like it. I guess it's probably also like part shame too. I I never felt right asking anybody for help along this. Um, I didn't want anyone to know, but yeah. So I don't know. I maybe it was pride, a number of things, but I just never could bring myself to go to a shelter. Um, but yeah. And so there's a couple other dramas that were going on. There's a guy named Wes Most, um, and he had this interaction with this woman who had claimed that she was going to be homeless, and he had kind of, and there's also so it's two set like vastly different topics or situations or communities or whatever. But there's another guy named James Sroka who would also use who who's living in hotels, I believe, or something like that. Um, and who also uses the whole shtick of being homeless to kind of prey on people. And I believe Wes has actually covered both these people, but to me, I don't even really view those as actual people that are in the homeless community. Um, I view those as people who use homelessness as a tool to prey on and manipulate others into getting money or free housing. Um, I would say that they're transient. They do go house to house or whatever. But when somebody's like, "Oh, I'm gonna have to, if I don't get this money, like I'm gonna have to go live out in a tent," and they use that to prey on people's sympathies in order to get stuff out of them. That's they're they're just perpetuating the negative image for homeless people because when I knew like when I got out of the hospital, I was in the hospital, I got out, and when I was out of the hospital, I was homeless. I was in the hospital for over a month. I had like a bad injury with my hand, but I just went, like I just went to the to the woods. I didn't ask anybody for anything. I was ashamed. Um, like it wasn't an easy time for me, but like my first thought wasn't to go and try to exploit my situation to take advantage of people. And the thing is with these stories surrounding this guy James Soroka and this girl Muse, they are two separate people and situations. Um, like James is like he's like crazy abusive to his girlfriend, and this girl Muse, she'll prey on people sympathy, saying that like she has like a bunch of medical conditions and that she's like going to be homeless and all this stuff. But they just use the subject of homelessness to take advantage of people. And I don't know how I can best put this, but I mean, without I know it's going to sound like ignorant or something. I mean, it's different. Like I get it. Like I'm already out here. Like I'm already in the situation, and coming to grips with it for somebody who's first becoming homeless. I'm sure it's terrifying. Like I understand it's upsetting, but what these people are doing is that they're just using that as a tool to manipulate and take advantage of people. They're very clearly people who are doing very bad things. Like there's enough documented on them to show that. Um, you know, but shit, like if somebody's like, oh my god, if you don't do this for me, I'm gonna have to go live in a tent, blah 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 blah, and you really feel bad, go buy him a tent. It's all right. Like I've been out here over a year, you know, and it's like I still get up, I go to work, like I try to change my own situation. Like I don't just go around my life looking for handouts, and what these people are doing, kind of using homelessness as a tool to scam people. It's just further perpetuating stereotypes for the homeless community. I'd reached out to us to see if you'd talk to me. I've actually tried reaching out to a lot of different creators to talk about homelessness as a topic, but um, I never really get anywhere with it. No one really wants. I don't know if it's because my channel's small or if they don't know what my agenda is. Um, I mean, I understand it because of people like James Soroka and Muse, um, who use homelessness to take advantage of people. But that's why I don't like have. I don't do a GoFundMe. Like I don't. One day I'll probably have a Patreon when I feel like I can offer something for it that's where I'm actually working for my money. Like I'm actually offering a service or actually doing something that's worth something. But I mean, at this point, I haven't figured out anything. But yeah, that's just it's not what normal people do, and I just feel like the stories have kind of, I mean, I know that they need to be talked about because what these people are doing is wrong, but I just don't I feel like it shouldn't be used as a representation of homeless people because they in reality have never spent any time homeless. they've always had a house to go to. They've always had someone to take them in. They've always used that to their advantage. Like, oh, if you don't do this for me, I'm gonna end up homeless. So like they've just used that to take advantage of people. And I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I guess that's it. Hold on. He's back. He's been sitting here chewing this whole time. I just wanted to finish what I was trying to say. What are you doing, buddy? Is that good? So I got these things. He absolutely loves them. Where's the bag? That's backwards. They're peanut suet nuggets. Um, it's got peanuts, I think like fats, and it's got corn, roasted peanuts, rendered beef suet, oats, and soybean oil. He loves these things. I call them treats because I normally just give them like bird seed and stuff like that, nuts. But those little pellets I call as treats. I put some up on him. He loves them. You like your treats? All right. Yeah, thank you, Kristen. I'm just reading your stuff now. Let's see. Oh, I'm definitely gonna have to check out the videos of the ravens talking. Yeah, I've always wanted to go to Washington or Oregon. I assume that they're very much like New England, just on the opposite side. I've seen like pictures of Portland, I believe it's called, Portland, Oregon, and it looks very much like Plymouth, Massachusetts. Both kind of coastal harbor type towns, or Bangor, Maine. It just seems very similar. They're both like northern coastal communities. But yeah, I've always wanted to go over there. I wanted to see Seattle, obviously. I love banana bread. That's one of my. I always put cream cheese on it. But yeah, no, I agree. Like, of course, drug addicts are people, and a lot of people who are drug addicts have suffered like a severe trauma, that they're trying to escape from. And that's what like I'm understanding for a lot of reasons. I'll probably get into it more later in other videos, but um yeah, like a lot of people are still carrying around like a lot of stuff from their past, and that's what like I personally like that's I go to counseling as well. Like I have a class. It's on Zoom right now, and I keep my own mental health in check, and I work on it and stuff. But when you're left without the tools to handle things like that, yeah, I can understand why people would do whatever they can figure out as a means to escape from that. Um, I mean, it's some people have the ability to go in and address it, and others don't. Some people they just can't. They can't actually face the problems to try and solve them because they could be too severe or they don't know how to. But yeah, no, I always try to have compassion for anyone, you know. Oh yeah, so you watched that. I watched it too. Um I kind of agree. I think he was pretty good. I've been watching the Steve DeLive videos on the whole Jack situations. Um, you know, I I'm really disappointed in a lot of commentary channels that have kind of just sided with Repsion just because he's a large creator and they want to gain favor with him. You'll see them with these shitty takes against, we'll call him Jack. That's jacked her. But you see these people with all these shitty takes and completely ignoring the wrong Repsion's done just to, be noticed by him, And I feel bad for him, like of course he's done some wrong in this situation, but nothing to deserve anything that he's getting. And for the most part, Repsion is in the wrong, you know. And um, I, I don't want to get into it too much. Um, I wanted to send a lot of talking points that I have thought of to Steve, but there was a whole video that Repsion made, saying that these people posted pictures of his grandfather bleeding out his ear and all this stuff. But I've seen the picture, and that's not what it was. And it was his girlfriend that took that picture while he was in the funeral home, and it was his girlfriend that sent it out to people. But then he tries to. Repsion is just very manipulative. He's very emotionally manipulative to people, and you have Repzilla doing the same exact thing, and it's just sad, especially because you know they're attacking a kid over it, and it's just not right. But I mean, I can agree with a lot of the stuff Wes says, and I get where he's coming from. But yes, Kristen, thank you. You got what I was saying. I sometimes I have a hard time articulating my thoughts, especially when I'm like on the spot or on camera. What are you doing, bud? You gonna climb the tree? But yeah, like I'll just have like brain farts, or just I'll just like go draw a blank. But no, I'm glad you understand what I'm saying. But that's exactly what I was saying. Is that when they they kind of I've seen a lot of creators, they prop these people up as like this is what to expect from a homeless person. Is what James and Muse are doing, and it's just not the case. Of course you're gonna get it sometimes. Like I've said, you have bad apples in every community. Um, but those specific examples are just people who are using homelessness as a tool to get things out of people. What you doing, bud? Let's see what you doing. What you doing? I'm gonna make a TikTok of him after this. Um, yeah, no, and I get what he was saying. He was focusing on the legal aspect of it, but I think there's a lot more nuance to the situation than that. Um, I really don't think I really don't think Colton would be in trouble if it came down to a court of law. I don't even think he'd be charged. And I just don't see it happening. Like because at the end of the day, like it was public. It was all public stuff. Um, and if anything, I don't know. Well, I can't remember that other guy. The guy who bought the Skype package on her cam show or whatever. Um, Essentially, he bought a product, and that's it. It was at that point he bought a product, and it was his to do with what he wanted with it. Um, so I don't know. I don't see. I don't see Colton being held legally responsible at any point. Oh God, I said his name. I'm sorry, Jack. Whatever. Hey, Hey, I'll have to send some pictures to the Discord after this. But I was a goth kid when I was a teenager. I was like I had blue hair at one point. Dyed it all different. I had a bunch of piercings. Like, I mean, I still have a couple, but like I had my nose done. I had my throat pierced right here. I've had like all these earrings. I think it was like 4 on one side and 3 on the other. I've had my labret. I've had the webs of my hands pierced. Um, I've had my nipples done. I used to have a shit ton of piercings. I have a few tattoos. But yeah, I I don't know if you've ever seen SLC Punk, but I always use that. There's like a, I don't know if it's necessarily a quote, but just kind of the whole premise of the ending of that movie. Like I was crushed to normalcy as I got older. As you start to grow up and you realize that it's better to just kind of blend in with everybody, work your job, and not stand out. That's what I became. Try to be as normal as possible. Yeah, well, the whole thing is what I think is not right at all, really, is the fact that a bunch of people put all this money towards a lawsuit involving Onision, and now Repsion's using that money to threaten laws a lawsuit against Colton, which is not what the money should have been used for. Um, like a lot of people who have like a hate boner for Onision threw all this money at Repsion, and now it's just sitting there. And the idea of it going to something that's wrong, that's just wrong. um, yeah, it's not. I don't think it's good at all. I think you should donate that money to like sexual assault victims or something like that, some sort of charity that involves with that, or has to do with what Onision's done wrong, or I don't know, fighting false restraining orders or something. I don't know, something where the money was supposed to be going, for a similar cause. I mean, I've thought about doing it might I thought about doing like commentary videos on dramas of YouTube. Um, just kind of throw my 2 cents on. I've tried reserving it to just things that have to do with homelessness. Um, I might just talk about current events in some of my live streams that I do, because I try to live stream once a week. Yeah, that was the thing. It was thrown because that's the thing. It's a lot easier to sway public opinion than it is to convince a jury, you know, and that's why it was handled the way it was. Yeah, the thing is Colton's receptive. Oh God, Jack, he's receptive. If you're kind and understanding with him, is everyone just deserves kindness and understanding, and like he just needs guidance. That's all. He just needs someone to guide him. Um, and you're not going to get anywhere. He shouldn't be being shamed. Like I don't know. I feel like people are doing really damaging things to him, and it's just not right. He's young. He just needs guidance and encouragement in the right direction, instead of to be shamed and put down for anything that could be considered going in the wrong direction. All right. Yeah, I just didn't know. I don't want to do any of the wrong things. I don't want to the way social media culture is. But all right, I've been on here for an hour and a half, I think. Yeah, if you guys want to sub to him, Kristen, that's his Twitter, right? Isn't that his Twitter? You guys can sub to him, check him out. Um, he's a good kid. He's into, I think he's into like film reviews mainly, right? Or that's where he wants to go. I know he's doing like a Kickstarter to do some film stuff, and that's commendable. Like I remember when I was that age, I really wanted to do stuff with film. I wanted to be an actor when I was young. Before that, I wanted to be a chemist, a scientist. I remember when I was like really young, I wanted to be a chemical engineer or a bioorganic chemist. Um, yeah, but it's such a weird thing. I was like, yeah, science was like my favorite subject since a kid. But yeah, I mean, he just needs encouragement. to do his thing, you know? Like when I was that age, I had such like a self-defeating attitude about myself, you know? And now that now that I've like lived life, you know, it's true. Like I wish I listened to like adults when I was a kid. You know, I wish I had stayed in school. I wish I took it more serious. Um, you know, I wish I worked on my future from a young age, you know. I'd probably be a lot further ahead in life. But yeah, that's all he needs is he just needs people to be supportive and guide him in the right direction. Man, he's such a piggy. He's still eating. He's just been sitting here eating for this whole hour and a half, lumbering around eating. What are you doing, bud? You snacking? Yeah, he's cute. He's my buddy. I wish I could pet him, but he's not about that. He'll come up to me, but well, let's see. Um, I think I pretty much covered everything. I was gonna talk about Shannon of Creepshow Arts, but I don't know. She's another person that I reached out to try and do something with. I know that she was homeless at one point. She she had lived in a car when she started her YouTube with her husband. Um, and recently I mean, she's become very successful. I've watched her since she was like a really small channel. Um, I've liked her content, and it was like inspiring that she was able to make a career out of YouTube, and it was one of the things that inspired me to start one as well. Um, but I don't know, like there was like a recent thing with her kind of using her experiences as being homeless to kind of like deflect criticism. Um, and from creators like her herself. And there was a creator named Siren Cove that I used to watch when she was making content. But they used to always say like, it's okay to like somebody, but still have an opinion on things that they've done wrong. And I don't know, there was a couple of things I was gonna bring up, but I don't know. I really don't. I don't. Maybe I'll save it for another time. I don't think it's not that big of a deal. It was just kind of disheartening to see. But yeah, she's another creator that my battery's dying now. But she's another creator that I would watch. And I don't know. I just had some thoughts on one of her recent, I don't know, controversies, I guess. But yeah, I reached out to her to see if she wanted to do anything involving content surrounding homelessness, but she didn't respond. Who knows? Maybe someday. But yeah, it'd be cool. It'd be cool to interact with other creators. I just don't think I'm at that point yet. I don't think I'm sure they get hit up by up and coming creators all the time that they just don't. I don't know. They don't look at it like serious because they don't know if the person is like actually going to be on YouTube a week from now or a month from now or whatever. But maybe someday. But yeah, I'm gonna keep on trying to maybe do something with another creator, get some try to get the message out a little more. But thank you, Kristen, very much so for coming in. Thank you everyone else who showed up. Thanks, Zach. Um, again, Zach's my editor. Uh, awesome guy. He's been helping me out since before the back when this was just a thought. Like, hey, wouldn't it be nice? And he because of him, I actually started. It was because of Zach that it went from an idea to actually happening. Um, so I really have him to thank for the channel altogether. It's not just the work he does with the editing he actually pushed me to make this reality. So, that's why I'm always highly shut. That's why I'm always what the fuck? Excuse my language. Sorry. That's why I'm always trying to Why am I blanking out on this word? I don't know. That's why I'm always just trying to show him so much support and have people support him and stuff because he was my biggest supporter in the beginning. Um, so yeah, that's Zach. Thanks for coming and definitely check him out. His channel's public access and chill. Um, I'll put his stuff in the description and you guys can check him out. But yeah, thank you. Let's see. Well, yeah, I mean, I can't say with certainty that you saw it, but it is what it is. Like, I get it, I get it. Yeah, there's probably so many people that hit up larger creators looking to do something, and yeah, people just don't know other people's intentions. So that's why I understand. I don't take anything to heart, and plus, homelessness does have a very large stigma around it. Like they probably assume that I get in, get their audience, and then I don't know, start a GoFundMe or something and try to do some stuff like that. But yeah, that's what they say about assumptions, right? So yeah, well, again, thank you guys all for showing up. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Adrena. Thanks, Zach. Thank you very much, Kristen. I really appreciate your support. Um, yeah, I'll let you guys know next time I'm gonna do something like this, and I will definitely get some content over to Zach so I can put up my next like video. But thanks, guys. I really appreciate it.